Hello everyone, welcome back to 48 Now. I'm your digital host, Tatiana White, and welcome back to another episode of 48 Now. And today I am joined by Disability Resource Network Executive Director, Davina Patterson. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming. And so July is Disability Pride Month, and this marks the 35 years since the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law. To commemorate the major milestone, Disability Resource Network is hosting its first ever fundraiser, Reflections, a Fireside Chat with the Honorable Tony Coelho, the primary author of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And so the evening aims to raise awareness, funding, and support for people with disabilities in our region. And so Davina, she's going to be here to share more about what this event means for the community and how we can all be a part of this wonderful celebration. And so can you just start by telling us a little bit about the Disability Resource Network and the services you provide in North Alabama?
Sure. So Disability Resource Network, we're a Center for Independent Living, and that's a nonprofit 501c3 private organization.
Okay.
We are consumer controlled, cross-disability, non-residential, community-based organization.
Awesome. And so how long have you all been around here in this area?
We started in 2020, but we did our state spinoff in 2021, October 1st of 2021.
Awesome.
So we're new to the area,
Yeah.
new to the community, kind of new organization, yeah.
Awesome. And so this is your first major fundraiser. So
This is the first.
And so how is that going? Planning all of this and everything. How did you all kind of decide on doing this fireside chat?
Well, we wanted to do something different. First of all, everything's going well. We could be more proud to have the support from our community, our partners, and our board members and our staff. Have an amazing staff, and they've been working hard on this effort. So we're going to set the tone the first year, and then hoping over the years it will grow.
Yes.
But we're looking to have a successful inaugural event. But what we got the idea about, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to make sure that we did something that aligns with our mission.
Yes.
We also wanted to do something that we know that our community would appreciate and that our consumers would be proud of, or people with disabilities would be proud of. So we wanted to highlight a prominent figure in the disability community.
Yes.
The person that we chose this year was the Honorable Tony Coelho, and we just wanted to do something educational. Of course, we know fundraisers, they do have to have a little fun. So we do have a social hour where that's your time to network and to just have a good time and enjoy some of the food that we'll have, some of the decor, and some of the beverages. But we're going to move into our program, and this is going to be a very educational program, impactful, empowering, and uplifting.
Yes. Awesome. It sounds like it's going to be great, and that's
Yes.
a perfect person, to be talking for this event.
I agree.
Yes. And so, in the future, you guys are going to do different fireside chats with different people, or is that something maybe in the works for in the future?
Well, it will be Reflections Fireside Chat. It will be our annual fundraiser.
Awesome.
So we'll have a different speaker lined up for next year, but it'll be someone that actually that our team chooses to represent our message that we're trying to portray in the community and supports our mission. So it will probably be a disability advocate. It'll be a person with a lived experience with a disability.
Yes.
So we definitely want to make sure that we continue to tie everything that we do into our mission, and we're very intentional about that at Disability Resource Network.
I love that. And how do you hope this event will impact people that you serve, especially with the proceeds? I know it's going to independent living services and scholarships.
Right, yes. So the people that we serve, we want to allow an opportunity for them to receive scholarships so that they can go into further their education and create opportunities for employment or whatever goal that they're trying to achieve. But we want to take the initiative and the lead on that to offer a scholarship for people with disabilities in our service area. So we thought that this would be a great opportunity and a fundraiser to do that. So that's the plan. And also it will go toward our organization. We are a nonprofit, so just to go toward our cause, support our mission so that we can continue making an impact in the community.
Yes, and you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Well,
This sounds like
thank
it's going to be
you.
amazing, like putting together a fundraiser. And I think what better way to bring people together, educate people, networking, all of those things. So,
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely, yes.
And can you kind of walk us through like what attendees can expect at the event? I know you said social hour,
Yes.
of course, and then after that in the programming. So all of those things, what can people expect?
So if you've never been to a Disability Resource Network event, you should try it. Our events, we always get great feedback. So far, the events that we've had, the people that attended, when we request feedback and surveys, and just people just coming up, just word of mouth. I always hear that I really love what you're doing. I enjoyed that event. It was amazing. But what you can expect is an inclusive and accessible event. We're going to make sure that we provide accommodations and accessibility for our community. So from the parking lot to the seating, it will be an accessible event. We're going to have ASL interpreters. We're going to have people ushers and greeters to help assist people to their seats, and have a drop-off zone, people with mobility issues, and it's kind of far for them to travel if they want to get dropped off, and have a person that transport them to go park, and then they come in. With the accessible seating, they also have what we call a companion seat, which means that a person with a disability, if they have a support person that they want to bring, they will have seating for them as well. And then we have our social hour. We're going to have a cake cutting ceremony. We're going to have a toast just to kick off and celebrate the ADA and Disability Pride Month. We'll also have a photo booth. We'll have photos. We'll have a backdrop where our decor is going to be very nice. It's going to be capturing the event. The brand colors for the event is navy blue or like a royal blue, similar to the dress you have on, with gold. So it's going to be a great evening, and then the program, of course, it'll be a moderated conversation with Honorable Tony Coelho, and the moderator is Dylan Bunnell. He's also a podcast host, and he works at the School of Cyber Technology Engineering. And so we're gonna dive deep into some questions and have a very engaging, intimate conversation, and then we're gonna open the floor for Q&A for participants and members of the audience to be able to ask our speaker questions directly.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. So there's going to be like that Q&A there. People can ask anything. That's
absolutely,
so cool.
yes.
This sounds like a very fun-filled event.
I think so. I mean,
yes. And how will like this fundraiser continue to help like the Disability Resource Network's mission, and how, I know you said that it's a consumer-controlled model, so can you talk about that more?
Absolutely. What we mean by consumer controlled is that the consumer has choice. They make decisions. We empower them to make their own decisions. So we don't really go by the family member, their medical team. Is what the consumer wants. They have to be the one that set their goals, and they have to be dedicated and committed to complete those goals. Our staff and our team are here to assist them and to help them and support them through peer support, but it's in the consumer's hands. They have the control. And what we also mean by consumer control is that at least 51% of our staff and at least 51% of our board members are people with disabilities. So it can be any disability. We know that disability is diverse. It's not always a physical disability. It may be an invisible disability. But that's what we mean by being consumer controlled, that we are disability led. So our decision makers, our direct support staff, our staff making decisions, providing services. We are people with disabilities. So that's what we mean by consumer control.
I love that. And I love that they are still getting a choice, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're still human. And
Absolutely.
so being able to get that is so awesome that y'all provide that for them. So,
yes.
And that, like, independence. So.
Yes, I was very drawn to this field because of that, you know, for so long, and what we're celebrating now, and Tony's story, that's what it's all about. It doesn't mean that people with disabilities don't need support to live independently. It just means that they should be able to make their own decisions.
Yes.
They should be able to make their own choices just like everyone else.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so with it being a fundraiser, are the tickets that are being bought, is that a part of the funds raised, or is there going to be anything happening that's raising funds at the event too?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
The tickets is a part of the fundraiser, and then of course organizations or even individual members of the community, you can purchase a sponsorship package. And we have some great sponsorship packages. It's an opportunity to highlight businesses. It's an opportunity to bring the business community, our community, and then also our partners together. In a room where we're all celebrating and joining for one cause.
Yes, awesome. And so what are some of the other programs, events, or services that the Disability Resource Network offers that people may not know about, but they could maybe benefit from?
Well, this month is a busy month for us. So we have a lot of opportunities if you want to get involved. So we have an open house. This will be an opportunity for everyone to come out to meet our new team, to learn more about our programs and our services, and to also for us to just reintroduce ourselves to the community, because we have changed, we're growing, we're evolving, so it's just an opportunity for us to kind of reintroduce ourselves to the community. So we have that open house coming up July 9th at Stove House. It's at the canteen. We also have a housing workshop. We have a travel transportation workshop, and then we'll be doing our Fireside Chat, of course, and then the team, they'll be out doing a youth event, attending a youth event. We're working on a youth program. We want to make sure that we target that population. However, we know people with disabilities are a part of, you know, the younger generation, and we want to be more inclusive of the youth. So we are working on a youth program, but right now we have a Financial Literacy Institute, and that's a partnership that we have with Community Bank Partners. They did give us some funding to provide financial literacy workshop and courses for people with disabilities. I think it's amazing. It's doing very well. We also have a partner called Arbor Valley Communities. They're building a development in Huntsville called Moore's Mill, and they have some units set aside for people with disabilities. So we're serving as a referral agency to refer our consumers to Moore's Mill for housing. So it'll be housing for people with disabilities. And then we have our transportation group that we're working on, where we are providing accessible transportation for people with disabilities and older adults. We're coming up with activities, programs, and we're also, it has 3 subcommittees. We have the awareness subcommittee, which is outreach and training. We have the advocacy subcommittee, and then we have the data collection subcommittee. So what we're doing is we're preparing a report so that we can get the information together, share it with our city leaders so that they can know some of the needs and some of the concerns for accessibility for people with disabilities and older adults. So those are some of our current programs, and then, like I said, we're working on the youth program, and there's some other programs that we'll be bringing out that we'll be announcing soon, but for right now, that's keeping us busy.
Yes, no, that's so awesome that you guys are having so many diverse things that will benefit so many people in the community. So that's awesome.
Yeah, because we just want everyone to know that we definitely are a service provider. You know, we do provide case management, and we, you know, help people as far as groups and individual trying to achieve independent living skills and just independence overall. But we also work on social and systemic issues. And so technology, education, healthcare, transportation, affordable, accessible housing, and employment, those are some of the concerns that we have for people with disabilities. And voting, of course, disability rights, as well as accessibility.
Yes, I love that. And creating like a community within like the disability community, because sometimes they don't feel like people understand or that they have someone, and so you guys are a huge advocate for them. So I love that.
Yes, yeah. I'm explaining something right because you're getting it.
Yes. And how can people get tickets, and are sponsorships still available for people to purchase?
Sponsorships are still available. We're trying to get them in as soon as we can because we're trying to, you know, we're coming up on deadline, so we need to have everything together. But of course, it's still open if anyone wants to purchase a sponsorship package. And then, yes, tickets are open. Unfortunately, we had to close the early bird tickets, and now is late registration, but it is open, and those tickets are $60 per person. They are available on our website as well as the sponsorship packages, and our website is www.drn256.org/fundraiser if you want to go ahead and purchase a ticket, or if you would like to purchase a sponsorship package.
Awesome. And for those who can't attend the fundraiser, are there any other ways they can support the mission that you guys are doing?
Yeah, and we encourage that. You know, everything doesn't align. You know, some people have other commitments and obligations, but we still want you to be a part of our event or our cause. I mean, you still can have an opportunity to be a part, so you can always donate. Always donate. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We accept checks. I mean, we have an online system where you can make payments, and then you can mail them in. And if you just don't have the funds to donate, just come out and support our programs. Come out and support our, you know, refer people for services. Come to our events. We put on great events. We put on great programs. We would love to have a room full of people. Most of them are free. We are a nonprofit, so we don't charge for services, and we don't typically charge for our programs and our events. So it's of no cost. Is, you know, just come out and support. And learn, and also partnering. Partnering is major. We're a small organization. As a team, we make the most out of what we can do as far as impact, but we would love to partner with some of our community partners and bring about change and stretch our, expand our, you know, mission by partnering with organizations. And some of them, they've been in the community longer. They have larger budgets, so we can kind of work out some type of way to where they may be able to financially do something, and then we can do something as far as outreach or, you know, getting the word out, bringing awareness. You know, there's room and opportunity there if you want to help out and be a part.
Awesome. So, you know, even if you can't make it to this, there's so many other ways.
You can still support.
Yes, I love that. And as we celebrate 35 years of the Americans with Disability Act this month, what's your hope for like the next 35 years in progress with the disability advocacy and just support overall?
I would love to see more awareness. I think we're still making strides to just remove stigmas related to disability. There's still people that think that disability is physical. They still aren't aware of the various types of disabilities. So if some kind of way we can just work on awareness and inclusivity, then I think that we're going in the right direction. And I think that just improving on some of these policies and legislations also, and working on some of these systemic and social issues. They are huge. I know, you know, and it will take time. Those type of issues do not happen. The change that you want to see, it does not happen overnight. Even with the ADA, Tony started on it, I believe, in the 80s. and it didn't get it signed into law until 1990. So it does take time, and we are aware of that, and we're patient. But if we can see progress, if we can see some steps toward that, I think, you know, that's good. We can always build upon what we have.
Absolutely. And I think with programs like yours, it's going to be a huge stepping stone into the right direction and helping. So,
indeed, for sure.
Yes, and like you said, like not all like diseases, disabilities are visible, and so that's, you know, very important. And I'm hoping that over the next 35 years and so on, that will be something that will be out there and people are aware of. So
we're on the same page.
And is there anything else you'd like to share, anything we haven't touched on that you would like to put out there?
I just want to, I just really think that this is a good event.
Yeah.
I really do. And, you know, we really have worked hard on this, and we've thought it out, we've planned it out. I have an amazing support system and team, and I just really want to share it with the community. And I will hope that they will share the same passion that we have about disability rights in the ADA and Disability Pride Month, and want to come out and support and just attend. And like we said, if you can't, we understand, but just, you know, take up a role and do your part.
Yes,
and once you did your part, you know, that's all you can do. Do your best. Once you did your best, you know, what else can you do?
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Davina, for coming on, and I enjoyed learning so much from you. And this event is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the turnout. So. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for tuning into 48 Now. Reflections, a fireside chat with the Honorable Tony Coelho takes place on Saturday, July 19th at the Alabama School of Cyber Technology and Engineering, with the social hour starting at 5 p.m. and the program beginning at 6:30 p.m. You can get your tickets or learn more by visiting drn256.org/fundraiser. And it's a powerful way to support independent living and honor 35 years of the Americans with Disabilities Act. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.